I will die on that hill.
I absolutely love Miley Cyrus.
You have failed this.
Alright, so I get to say it? Right on.
Sickest night ever.
Is this?
What are we doing?
No.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Call Guys podcast. I am Skyler, and with me is my lovely co-host, my 1/3 of the full court of books and booze, my better half, the Robin to my Batman, the Starsky to my Hutch, the Leia to my Han, Jessica.
You movie guy.
How's it going?
I don't even get at least one of those references.
I've been mulling this over in my head for the better part of like 3 hours. Like Starsky to Hutch. That sounds good.
That's the one I don't get. I have not. What is that? Is that what the movie's called?
I was gonna call this the dynamic duo and then be like, the Robin to my Batman.
Why can't I be Batman?
You can be Batman. I thought about changing it at one point.
The Batman to my Robin.
I'm the Robin to her Batman. I'm the Leia to your Han.
Only with the outfit. only if you're the General Leia.
Ooh, I get my hair in the really cool...
In the cornet.
Yeah. I'm all about it.
There we go. I bet we could do it. We could do it too with the length that it is. We could probably do either Leia style, honestly.
That's gonna be my new thing. I'm walking around with the hair buns on the side. Yeah.
The
Earmuffs.
the cinnamon rolls.
Well, how's it going?
I'm tired.
Yeah, and our recording schedule for this episode is a little out of whack.
A little bit. As of release of this, I will have just returned from Mexico. So
Yeah. You excited?
to return from Mexico. Upon, at the time of recording, I actually leave tomorrow. So yes, I am excited. It'll be nice for a little getaway. Been kind of concerned over the last couple days because the weather didn't look the greatest for a while there, but as of right now, it looks like it's cleared up and is going to be hot, which is an improvement upon the weather here in Indiana currently.
Yeah, well, we went from 80 to 40 in a day, and my sinuses are all out of whack and mad at me.
I feel that.
But I'm happy. I'm happy for you. You get to go soak up the sun and
Pardon me.
and enjoy the golf. You gonna be on the golf?
I'm not doing any golfing.
No. Why not?
I have no interest in golfing.
You know, part of me, because we leave for Japan in just over a month, wants to take my golf gloves so bad.
Absolutely not. We're not even gonna try that.
I think it'd be fun.
That would be a case of lost luggage, and it would end up stuck in Taiwan, and your golf clubs would just end up being Taiwanese. Then you'd never get them back.
Then I have to buy new golf clubs.
Oh
This is like a guitar.
Best case scenario.
I did, just so everybody knows, decide that I am taking apart a guitar while we were in Japan, shoving it in my luggage and bringing it home.
Oh my goodness. This is news to me too.
It's gonna happen.
Guess you better take an extra suitcase or buy one there.
Just listen, right? So there's a guitar brand that was made in the 70s and 80s called Aspen.
Yes.
And I want one so bad.
And they're Japanese.
They were Japanese made. So
Neat.
I'm like, they have music off stores over there, which are like thrift stores for music instruments. I almost guarantee I could probably find one.
Well, if you can, then you buy a hard case, then you ship it home.
Yeah.
It'd be safer and probably just as comparable in price to bringing it home as luggage.
Or I'll just leave all my clothes there.
It's not gonna fit in your suitcase.
It is if I take it apart.
Don't do that.
As long as it's not, a through body, I'll be all right.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
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 A nice long vacation will be nice. And
I think we've got the majority of everything set at this point. Just looking into tattoo artists. I've got one ticket to book tomorrow for a museum. Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
gotta hit my tea time at a golf course
We're
in
getting
Tokyo.
tea? Like a tea ceremony? We're making tea, picking tea
Aren't
leaves.
those really expensive?
Not necessarily.
No.
Just kind of depends on where you do it, and
tea time.
no, I don't think so. I don't even know where. I don't know if I have golf courses near where we'll be. Have you looked that up?
I have not.
You're not committed then.
I know. I'm pretty sure when we're there, it's gonna be pretty cold, right?
I believe so. It's going to be comparable to the weather here. So,
Right. That's what I thought.
mid-November, it's going to be pretty chilly at that point, late fall.
So probably a little late for golf in a foreign country. And
Oh, yeah, true.
Colton, by the way, I know you're gonna listen to this. No, I did not mini golf this year. It's just been.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you mini golfed at Indiana Beach. We did the campground with the mini golf course.
Oh yeah, I did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did mini golf this year.
You're the mini golf guy. You did.
It's been.
I feel like you did one more, but I know you definitely did that one.
Yeah, you're right. I just there was no time. We've been so busy this summer, and then early this fall we had a bathroom remodel, and it just didn't.
Thankfully, that is done.
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic.
So. Yeah.
There are indoor mini golf places you can hit something up this winter.
We're in a really, really awkward spot for mini golf.
We're the crossroads of mini golf at this point.
But yeah. I also did want to say to all the Call Guys listeners that because our recording schedule is a little off, if you email the Call Guys at which one is it? The callguyspodcast at gmail.com, we will get to your emails in our third episode, our books that should be movies episode.
That is right.
Because yeah, when we're recording this, the first episode hasn't even released for the Takeover yet.
I love how you had to steel yourself for that. Shoulders back and all. Had to get prepared.
You got a question of the pod for me this week?
I do. Sorry, I was busy. I've got apple crisp in the oven, and it smells really good right now. Yes. Okay. So, if you had 1 week of absolute free time, no work, no activities, in solitude if you wish, what's one new trade or skill that you would want to pick up and master?
In a week, huh?
In a week. There's a lot you can do in a week. That is a lot of time. If you have no other responsibilities, activities, plans, anything like that. Man, you could do a lot. And if your brain was in the mindset of doing something, not in like
Yeah, that's the tough part.
standstill mode.
Because if I'm in a week of solitude, I'm like taking a nap.
No, that's not that's not what we're talking about.
Ooh, why don't you give me your answer first? Let me stew on it for a second.
My current deep dive obsession that I feel like is going to be my winter trade, winter skill that I pick up is bookbinding. Like rebinding books or printing off books, binding them myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've already got a list of all the materials I'd need and the steps I need to do it. I've joined so many groups on Facebook and I have 4 already in mind that I want to do. But there's a lot that goes into it. Like, if it's not already a pre-done typeset, like it has to be built out in book style in some program, whatever one you can use multiple different programs, but you have to build the whole thing and then you have to print it off on like the right paper. And then that's just the printing process, because then you have to punch it and sew it together and like glue it and clamp it, and then that's just the inside too. Then you got to do the whole cover. There's so much to it. I'm kind of obsessed right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be the new trade I would learn. 1 full week of free time.
I think mine, and it's something I've talked about doing for years, is building a guitar.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to build my own. I've had the opportunity with our craftsman friend Cody. He's invited me down to do it, and I just haven't jumped on it. I think that's what I would take the week to learn and master.
And what would you do for the body?
I like Telecaster style guitars. Something about them draws me to them.
Like the shape or
The shape, yeah. I don't know, nice maple, maybe hollow body, semi hollow.
Really? I thought like most recently that you had mentioned it. You talked about doing resin or acrylic, some sort of clear that you could put something in and
I can go down a rabbit hole on YouTube and Facebook and watch people use resin to do anything.
oh, absolutely.
Like the epoxy river tables.
Oh, those are
I
gorgeous.
freaking love them so much.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think that would be mine, is building a guitar.
Neat.
Every piece of it handmade.
Yeah. Hardware.
Well, hardware, body, neck.
You're gonna hand make the hardware?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
strings and the knobs and
Bring it on. If I'm mastering a trade, I'm gonna master a trade.
all right. Fair.
I'm gonna coil those strings real tight. Actually, the pickups in a guitar, if I remember right, there's copper wire that's wrapped around those, and you have to wrap it a very specific way, like thousands of times.
No.
And
Some gloves.
Cody was trying to do it by hand, and
Just didn't work.
yeah, he said it was a miserable experience.
Hmm. Interesting.
All right, well,
Neat.
you ready to get into this week's topic then?
Let's do it.
So last week we did top 3 anime movies. It's a good list, fun list.
That was a blast.
You-
I love anime movies.
You stole my thunder with number 1, but we'll forgive that.
What can I do? What could I really do?
This week we are doing top 3 anime series.
Yep. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is 52 episodes, and it is Overlord. It's about a virtual reality game that gets shut down, and the final player gets sucked into the world as his character, who is a villain. And the new world he goes to, he is trying to take over. So he's a big lich. If you guys know what a lich is, it's a living skeleton. And he is in most, Isekai fashion overpowered, and it is so
There's a lot of action then.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen even an episode.
I think I've talked to you about it before,
Yeah.
trying to convince you to watch it, and you're like, I don't know that that's really my thing, because
To me it just sounded like
Sword Art.
yeah,
Yeah. It's the same concept, except he's not
different outcome.
overpowered hero, he's overpowered villain.
Might like that better. Who knows?
And as the plot progresses, his original mindset is deteriorating, and he's actually becoming
Ooh. His character.
his character. So he's like, oh, my human thoughts tell me I shouldn't do this, but my character thoughts tell me to kill them all. It's just it's really good. It's action packed. The characters for the most part are all really, really likable.
And you said it's how many episodes? 52?
52 as of time recording this.
When did it release
Um,
originally?
I think it started in 2014, 2015.
Okay.
And they do have a movie coming out sometime in the next couple of years.
So is it ongoing?
Yes.
It's still ongoing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nice.
We probably should throw in there that I put stipulations on myself that I'm not talking about any anime currently more than 100 episodes.
And I put stipulations on myself that I was not going to include any of the big three,
Right.
which would be the old big three or the new big three. So, yeah. So you've got Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece, and then it differs a little bit in the new big three on what people classify. It's always My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, and then it kind of varies in opinion between Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan. So
Interesting.
I'm not including any of those personally.
All right.
All right.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 came out in April 2015. It is 86 episodes and it is Food Wars.
Oh, Food Wars. How did I not think about
I don't
Food
know.
Wars?
Oh my gosh. And I mean, honestly, the the premise essentially of Food Wars is just Yukihira Soma enrolls in this elite culinary academy to become a full-time chef and surpass his dad. That is literally the premise of the entire show.
Every good shonen anime has that, like, I need to be Hokage. I need to be Pirate King. I need to surpass my father.
Yeah. I need to be better than my father before me. But it is visually stunning. And I love cooking. You love cooking.
Mm-hmm.
We followed this series pre-release for, I'm going to say months, waiting for it to come out, and then watched every week as soon as it came out because we were just so excited about a cooking anime. And it was hilarious and beautiful, and I love watching anime food.
Anime food is the best food.
I mean, just like, when you think about Spirited Away and all of the foods in like that one of the very first scenes and how beautiful it is, and it's just like tenfold with Food Wars.
A disclaimer for Food Wars: if you can make it through the first episode, you are going to love this series.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a little much, the first episode. It's a little like, what the heck am I watching? I thought this was just about food, but it gets a little much. But after that, It's 85 more episodes of incredible. If you like watching Chopped, if you like watching MasterChef,
Well,
this
that's-
is the anime version of it, and I love it so much.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It is the anime version of Chopped, and it is so good.
So good.
Can't believe I forgot food.
I
Wars.
know.
What is my problem?
I got it covered for you.
All right, guys. My number 2 made me cry like a newborn.
Oh, I bet it's the one that's in my. I bet it's one of these in my honorable mentions.
22 episodes. A piano prodigy who lost his ability to play after suffering a traumatic event in his childhood is forced back into the spotlight by an eccentric girl with a secret of her own.
I knew
Your Lie in April.
I knew you would have this one in here. Oh my gosh.
This is like my go-to sad series. If I'm in need of having a feel, this is the series that I watch.
You say that, and I realize I just forgot to put mine in there. So, really, though, that's another just beautiful, like visually beautiful, audibly beautiful.
Yeah, the music is incredible. I mean, they played what Mozart. Oh gosh, I can't remember how to say his name. Shabosky. That's not right.
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was in there. It just wasn't coming out right.
That's okay.
Yeah, just it's beautiful. The animation is top notch. The story is gut wrenching.
Oh my goodness.
There are points in there where the main character's grief kind of gets a little overbearing, in my opinion, but I think it's just, as far as short anime go, probably a masterpiece.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely worthy of your second spot.
Definitely.
Side note, when I think about famous composers, I don't know if you do this, but if I have to think of a famous composer and like their name or whatever, my visual brain is picturing the silhouette head on
Yeah.
in the elementary school music hallway where it had their name and then the silhouette head like on a coin almost for all the different composers
so
at that
funny.
point in time. And that's how I know how to spell Tchaikovsky, is because I can see it where it's on the wall in the elementary school. That's so funny.
I wonder if those are still there.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I don't even know who the music teacher at this point.
I don't know either.
Interesting. My number 2.
Does it make you cry?
It makes me cry. Happy and sad tears. You'll be like, oh yeah, when I say it. So this is a very much too short 12 episode anime. Came out in October of 2016, and it is Yuri on Ice.
Oh, yep, there it is.
I love this anime so much. So much. It follows Yuri Katsuki, who is a Japanese figure skater. And it starts off where he has a major defeat in the Grand Prix final, which is a figure skating competition, one of the big ones. And so he is putting his career on hold, debating retirement at this point. He's been in the scene for a good 5 years or so, and so he goes back to Japan because he'd been living in Detroit, training with his coach, and he goes back home to Japan to contemplate his career when none other than world's top figure skater and his idol Viktor Nikiforov shows up to say that he's going to be his new coach and train him, and Yuri reluctantly gets back in the game and reinvents himself as a figure skater. And oh my gosh, the beauty that is this anime. I love it so much. It is so beautiful. And like the feelings are so beautiful and the visuals are incredible. I don't know why, but I am such like I love sports anime. I'm obviously not a sports fan in general. If any of our chats regarding sports like real sport in life um isn't obvious enough, but sports anime, I love watching them. Anime makes sports beautiful, and I love that. I mean, figure skating is beautiful in general, but I love watching volleyball anime and swimming anime and basketball anime.
And there's gonna be a golf anime.
There is going to be a golf anime. When does that come out?
I think it's in May.
It's pretty soon, honestly.
It's exciting. Yeah, beautiful,
But
beautiful show. From what I've seen of it, I don't think I've seen the full 12 episodes, but
the intro and outro is gorgeous. The theme music. So we get in this anime, you get to follow, there's like the three main characters plus like another half dozen supporting characters, and you get to see all of their skating routines as they create them and perform them and perfect them. And so there's different music with each of them and different routines with each of them, and the whole essentially show of the performances each time vary. And so it's like you get a little mini like concert performance each time. And I love the music. I love the choreography and everything. To be honest, like the theme song for the for this show has been my ringtone, which nobody ever has their phone on ring anymore, but it's been my ringtone since this debuted in 2016. That's 6 years. That's that's 7 years ago. Where's the time go? So I've had this for 7 years, and anytime ever that I go to the gym or whatever, my workout playlist is the songs of the performances of of all of the figure skaters in this show. So I love it so much.
it is very good. It is very beautiful.
And it's only 12 episodes, so it's a super easy watch. Highly recommend. They were talking about putting a movie out back in 2019, but then things got held up with the state of the world. So
Right.
it's who knows if it'll ever come out or anything. So
That's
I feel
passion, people. That is passion.
I was just gonna say I feel so passionate about this series.
And
Absolutely.
there's a very valid reason it's not your number one.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's nothing. In my honorable mentions, I put Naruto because Naruto has my heart and soul 100%. But I can't even put Naruto before our number one.
Yeah.
So what are your honorable mentions?
Okay, my honorable mentions are Gundam 00. That is the anime that got me back into anime in 2010, 2011. Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, just a real heavy hitting mech anime. I love Gundam. I mean,
How do the different Gundam, because there are so many of them, how do they vary?
different universes, different timelines.
So like completely different storylines?
Um,
Or is there not a really easy way to answer that?
if you're getting into Gundam, most of them have one overarching storyline, and that is government evil, princess needs saved,
Big robot come.
big robot with laser swords. Sometimes they don't even have laser swords, they have real swords.
Oh my goodness. Swords in space.
Yeah, it's cool, guys.
I know you love it so much, and I've tried a couple times and I just can't get into it.
Yeah.
It just confuses me, and I don't know.
The newest series, Witch from Mercury, it wasn't my favorite. It was way more story driven than it was action driven, like most of the other series.
Fair.
I have Bleach on my honorable mentions, and I really debated whether I wanted to put this there or not. Bleach is one of the original big three.
Yep.
It released in Shonen Jump alongside One Piece and Naruto.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason it made my honorable mentions is because they're finishing up the anime with Thousand Year Blood War, and it is stunning.
Yeah.
The animation is just beautiful.
I don't think you've had a bad thing to say about it since it's debuted.
No, I haven't. It's just been really, really good.
Yeah.
I also have Rising of the Shield Hero, and that almost took my number 3 spot.
The action in that is so good.
Yeah. And then High School of the Dead.
So you were talking about the anime that got you back into anime, and then that was the one that got me
Right.
back into anime. That's saying something.
It's what?
Oh,
It's 12
man.
episodes and a couple OVAs, and it's about zombies. And it is very fan servicey, and
It's not so much plot driven as plot driven.
like you watch something for the plot, but you actually stick around for the plot.
Fair. All right. So I have Naruto, like I mentioned, also one of the original big three. It is just a story that I cannot separate from myself. I love it so much. And then I've also got My Hero Academia, which is part of the new big three. This it's such an incredible story. And I love the characters so much. They make me all want to give them a big hug. I want to make them all feel better.
You want to hug Lord Explosion Murder?
I do. I love them. I also put Blue Exorcist. Really like Blue Exorcist. I haven't seen like the newest season that's come out or movie that's come out. Really good though. I have also got Psychopaths on there, which is one I have been trying to get you to watch for years. But this is one where I feel it's just like it's in a modern futuristic setting, but I feel like the story is just kind of different than other ones that I've seen. It's not easy to just explain because
Yeah.
So definitely go check it out. It's pretty short. They've got 2 full seasons. I think maybe a third that's slightly different. But then there's like a short movie or two. I also had Your Lie in April on here, for all the reasons you stated. And then I had The Ancient Magus Bride, which I don't think you watched with me.
No.
But it's very short also. I think it's just a single season. It's beautiful.
It is getting a second season.
Yes, but I don't remember when that's releasing. but it is beautiful. It's like cottagecore dreams. It's a little questionable at the beginning on morality, but when we get past that, the story is just so sweet. And then my last honorable mention is Free, Iwatobi Swim Club, which is the swimming anime.
Mm-hmm.
That in the same way that Food Wars is beautiful with cooking and Yuri on Ice is beautiful with ice skating, this is beautiful with swimming. I learned so many swimming techniques. I love it. And it's just, I mean, it's a cute story about friendship. And it was also done way too soon. It got, I think, 2 seasons and a movie. Short movie. So.
All right. So are we saying our number one together?
Yeah, I mean, our number one is the same number one because I feel like this is the only right answer to the top anime series question for anybody.
I wanted to change it because like I knew this was going to be your number one. And I was like, well, I can fill my number one spot with something else. And my brain just wouldn't let me do it.
Putting something above this just seems wrong.
It does seem wrong because it's literally impossible.
And what's funny is this isn't just us. This is across the board of anime watchers. People everywhere in general. This is the top rated find no faults with anime series.
I don't think I've ever met somebody who watches anime. And guys, I've watched, let me pull up my anime list real quick and I can give you numbers.
Brag time.
I don't know if this is a brag or not, but
it would be to some people and maybe not to others.
Yeah. I have watched 200 anime, 4,007 episodes. That equates to 68 days and 20 minutes.
I'm kind of unimpressed. I thought it'd be higher than that.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That seems kind of low from what I was expecting, to be honest.
I've really slowed down with how much I've watched in the last like
recent
2
years.
years.
Yeah.
Anyway, number one on
both of our lists.
Yes, is
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Brotherhood
was released in April 2009 and it has 64 total episodes.
Guys.
If you have never watched anime, or if you need anything to watch that you know you're gonna like, go watch this.
This is a perfect 10 of 10.
Yes, absolutely.
Even in the spots where the story slows down, it still has you gripped. It still has you like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next?
Exactly. It's always the what's gonna happen next.
Right.
What is gonna be the outcome of this? What?
Are the brothers gonna be able to complete their goals? It seems a little bleak for that to happen.
So it's essentially 2 brothers trying to resurrect their dead mom, and it results in the youngest brother losing his body and the oldest brother losing his arm and his leg. And so he ends up binding the younger brother's soul into
a suit of armor.
And they end up joining the military, hoping to come across a way to return their bodies to how they were.
Yeah, it is perfection. What year did this release? Do you know?
Yep, April of 2009.
April of 2009. It holds up. It is, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah. That's over 14 years old at this point, and it is still the top spot. It's so good.
You can ignore just the Full Metal Alchemist series and just watch Brotherhood because...
But I wouldn't even do that, though. I mean, I am on, I think, the minority where I say definitely watch the Full Metal Alchemist series. Do not watch it first.
The problem is, I think if you watch the original one first, so the original one released while the manga was still being written. So at a certain point, they catch up to the manga, and then they veer off from the storyline, and it gets weird.
It does. It does get weird. I mean, Brotherhood gets weird, but not in the same way that FMA gets weird. But
Yeah.
I definitely think that people should watch that one also. Later.
Yeah.
But yeah. Fantastic. If you learn one thing, it's you can't have something without sacrificing something else. It's equivalent exchange.
It's equivalent exchange. Well, Jess, good list.
Yeah, you too.
Good list. Anything else you want to add?
No, not at this point. Except next week, the full trio of A Quart of Books and Booze will be here to go over books that are not yet movies but should be. Amanda will be joining us for that.
Yes, Amanda will be back for the first time. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for listening to the Call Guys podcast. This has been the Takeover. Quart of Books and Booze takes over the Call Guys. I've been having a lot of fun with it, Jess. I hope you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes me want to go watch more anime.
If you guys want to email the Call Guys, you can email them at thecallguyspodcast@gmail.com. You can send them questions of the pod. You send us your top 3 anime series and movies. We'll read them on the podcast next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be exciting to see how everybody's number 1 is FMA Brotherhood.
Yeah, right? At least it should be.
You can also find them at www.facebook.com/thecallguyspod, Instagram at thecallguys, TikTok at thecallguyspodcast. And also, make sure to check out the website, and that is www.goldenmojoent.com. Learn a little bit about
all of us,
all the podcasts. And there is a merch store. Feel free to peruse.
Absolutely.
And also, guys, check out the Golden Mojo network of podcasts. On Tuesdays, Golden Image Podcast. On Wednesdays, the United States of Paranormal. On Thursdays, the Golden 80s and Indiana Chiefs fans. On Fridays, Murdnerds, and mine and Jess's and Amanda's podcast, A Quart of Books and Booze.
Fantastic.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye.